That's so brilliant! This video is sponsored by Case Filters. Joining a photography workshop can be a fantastic way to improve your photography or to get amazing photographs. But honestly, there are some pitfalls to avoid. So in this video, I will guide you through what to consider, and I will reveal even the key elements of the perfect workshop for you. Hi my friends, very nice to see you. First of all, good news, I'm finished with the planning of my Dolomites Workshop for next summer. It's already available on my website, but we will talk about that a bit later. Well, the perfect workshop, does something like that exist actually? And I would say probably not, but I think it is anyway possible to get quite close to that. Now, one of the problems I see is that different photographers see a different meaning in the term workshop. Some see just a nice photo trip maybe together with other photographers with the goal of getting as many photos as possible. Others see a workshop more like a course where they can improve their photography skills. Others just want to learn the photography techniques of the trainer, and others are just maybe interested in getting connected with other photographers. The crazy thing is there is indeed a right or wrong depending, and that's the important thing, depending on your personal goals. And that's the first pitfall, by the way. Never book a workshop that has other goals than you. So the first thing you want to do is define your goal. What is it you want to focus on? Is it photography improvement, or do you just want to get location and weather guidance from a pro photographer? Or do you maybe want to learn the photography technique of the trainer? Maybe it is a mix of all of that, but it is really important to define your focus. The problem is workshops are offered as workshops, obviously. So if you're interested in a workshop, the first thing you want to find out is which type of workshop it is. For my Dolomites workshop, for instance, I pointed that clearly out in the workshop description, that the focus is on photography improvement followed by location guidance and weather and light guidance. So if you want to travel to multiple photo spots every day to collect as many photos as possible, my workshop is definitely the wrong one for you. My workshop is more meant as a class of photographers who want to improve or who want to benefit from my knowledge about weather prediction, light consideration, fine art photography, and things like that. So tip number one is get sure that the workshop has the same goals as you. And if you can't find that information in the workshop description, ask the trainer or the organizer. Imagine you are an experienced photographer with, let's say, 20 years of experience or something like that, and you stumble into a workshop where the trainer explains to you how a circular polarizer works or which aperture you have to use. I think as an experienced photographer, you would maybe not be all too happy with a workshop like that, right? You're probably more interested in the art aspect of photography, how to improve your storytelling, how to develop your own style and things like that. But also the opposite could be a catastrophe. Imagine you are a beginner and the trainer doesn't explain how and where to focus, which filters you need and why, or in general, which settings you should use. So it is more than important to consider the skill level the workshop is designed for. And also here, look at the workshop description. Is it for beginners? Is it for advanced? Or is it even for masters? And importantly, does your personal skill level match the skill level of the workshop? Now, I did something different here in my Dolomites workshop, honestly. I do that generally in all of my workshops because it offers a really big advantage. And to be honest, that was not my idea. I saw that at one of the national youth trainers of biathlon here in Austria. And that is something I'm really impressed of when I saw that first time. The trainer trained different athletes with different skill levels at the same time. Some of them were totally beginners, some of them were intermediate, and some of them were the best of Austria. And besides that, he even trained a World Cup athlete speed. And all that, as crazy that might sound, but all that at the same time in just one training session. I watched him doing that for years because also my daughter was one of his young athletes back then. And I was so impressed by that I started to include that concept also in my photography workshops. There are some things to be considered that it works, but it works, and that offers even a big advantage. It leads simply to the fact that participants can learn from each other. Beginners learn from experienced photographers, but also experienced ones reflect their knowledge when they engage with the beginners. And in my experience, that can really up-level the quality of the whole workshop. Again, that was not my idea. I've stolen it from the national youth trainer. But it is the best way I've ever seen to run a workshop. And this is why my Dolomites Workshop is open for every skill level. Bloody beginners up to photographers with 40 years of experience if you want, or even more. There are absolutely no limits. And there are two more important criterions that can increase the quality of a workshop massively. But before I tell you that, my friends, if you like this video, please give me a thumb up. You know, it helps me, it helps the algorithm, and it helps also other photographers out there to find this video better on YouTube. Thank you therefore. Now we know that we should consider the goal of the workshop matching your own one, and that it also covers your skill level. But there's another really important thing, especially when you want to book a workshop to improve your photography, and that is the size of the workshop. And I mean, it is logical. The bigger the group, the less time the trainer has to engage with every single participant. I mean, on the other hand, bigger workshops can be offered cheaper because, there are simply more participants covering the costs. Here is not really a right or wrong, I have to say. In the end, you will get what you pay for. For my Dolomites workshop, I decided on a small group with just 6 photographers maximum because I want to offer more in-depth support for every single participant. I simply want to get you out the best possible quality of the workshop. So it's a more relaxed thing, a more personal one, I think. Again, there is no right or wrong in the group size, but it makes anyway a difference, and this is why you should think about that. Another important thing to consider is the location of the workshop. I mean, if you book a workshop with the goal of getting the best possible photographs, I think I don't have to mention that you should pick out a location that is pleasing and that you like. But what if you want to book a workshop with the goal of improving your photography? Now, basically spoken, you can improve your photography independent of the location. This means we could run a photography workshop in your garden actually. The question is just, and that's important, how many possibilities does your garden offer for compositions? And that's the point for me. So the focus of my Dolomites workshop, for instance, is improvement and getting great photographs while we improve. But why the Dolomites? On the one hand, the area is one of the most spectacular places on our planet. I got some of my best photographs I've ever taken in my life. But the main reason for me was that the Dolomites offer an incredible number of possibilities for compositions. Actually, it doesn't really matter where you go there or where you make a break in your mountain hikes or so. There is always any composition there you could work on. And that's simply fantastic for a workshop with the goal of improvement. And there are also so many impressive locations within a drive of 30 minutes or so. It is amazing. Beside the location, there is also something really important to consider when it comes down to accommodations. Just to give you a quick insight from the organization side. For my Dolomites workshop, I looked for an accommodation in the area close to Tresime. But honestly, most of the hotels cost between 4,000 and 8,000 euro per week. Not for the whole group, for just one single person. I think 8,500 was the most expensive one. And I thought, Christian, that's good, so you can keep the workshop price below 10,000 or so for one person. I'm just kidding, I didn't feel all too well when I saw these prices, to be honest. So I had two options. Option one was to find a 4-star hotel an hour from most of the photo spots. It had pushed the hotel price down, so an hour of driving every day and an hour back to the hotel is not really ideal for a workshop. You lose time, you have to get early up in the morning for sunrise shootings, and also for the sunsets you have a broad way home to your hotel. The better solution was then to pick out a bed and breakfast hotel which has 3 stars only, but which is quite close to most of the photo spots. I guess you will not get a chocolate on your pillow or something like that, but it is much more comfortable in point of view of accessibility of the photo spots, which makes it also more flexible for considering the weather. And that's what is really important. So when you go in to book a workshop, I would not look at the stars of the accommodation first. The really important criterion is the accessibility of the photo spots, and that is something you should look at in the workshop description as well. And also here, my friends, if you can't find that information, ask the organizer of the workshop. By the way, just in case you want to book my workshop but you would prefer chocolate on your pillow, email me, I will bring some for you. I will really do that. Leave me a comment below which criterions are important for you when you book a workshop, would really be interesting. Well, as already mentioned, my Dolomites Workshop is now available. There is a link down in the description with all the details. There are just 6 places, so if you're really interested, don't wait all long. When they are booked out, they are booked out. I will not increase the group size for the mentioned reason. Quality over quantity, that's really important for me. Write me an email if you have any questions, and by the way, I made a playlist for you with all my Dolomites videos, which I will link here for you to watch next. And friends, I hope you liked this video. If yes, share it with your friends. I thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.